Check 1, 2.
Oh, welcome back to Jolly's Rants. I'm Jolly the Patriotic Puppet, and here's your rant. And today, we're going over some celebrity meltdowns. That's right. It's time to cover this week's celebrities and all their crazy shit that they say on the TikTok flip-flops and Twitters and all that good stuff. We search around to see what these celebrities are saying, and we cover them all from, movie celebrities to TikTok stars to just influencers or whatever the hell you call them. Whatever they are, if they're famous, we're going to cover them. All right. So before we get into the first one, make sure you hit that like button right there if you would, please. And maybe hit that subscribe, because we need all you Patriots to help this puppet out, get this channel to the next level so we can make Muppets great again. Yeah. All right. Let's get into the first one. Here we go. All right. First celeb melty we got here is the famous Puke Soy Sucker. Yes, from Disney's Star Turds. Wait, how's it go? Oh, Luke Skywalker from Star Wars. Right, yeah, that's it. Oh boy, Mr. Mark Hamill, who has been known for being disgustingly to the left. In fact, if you ever followed his Twitter account, he's absolutely fucking annoying when he's on Twitter, or was, because he used to spam the hell out of anything and everything that was against Trump. This guy is a huge Trump hater, and he suffers from a severe case of TDS. Yes, he does. And this coward decided to leave Twitter after Trump won the election, and now he's over on that, I'm going to call it Pedo Blue, because they're finding all kinds of child molesters over on that new app that all these demtards are going to, the Blue Sky or Blue, whatever it's called. Yeah, fuck that app. But anyway, let's hear what old Puke's got to say.
I never, to your question, I never became active until wanting to make sure that, first of all, I was devastated. I want to get rid of the Electoral College because Hillary beat him by 3 million votes, just a shy under 3 million. And Gore beat W by 500,000, and it was making me crazy because I started reading about the Electoral College. Oh my God, this is remnants of slave days when they were trying to, proportion the amount of votes with, how many slaves you owned, and it was awful. But anyway, so that and Citizens United, I'd like to get rid of. But in any case, I started, as you said, you get most scorching hate tweets from the MAGA crowd. And when I was still on Twitter, I had to stop reading the responses. I wouldn't block anyone because then they could display Mark Hamill blocked you as a badge of honor. But I muted like a mofo. I would mute,
Now, I'm a little disturbed right now because the guy on the bottom left corner, now you may recognize the guy on the top right corner as the disgusting Gavin Newsom, who's the governor of California, a real piece of shit. But I'm a little sad because the guy in the bottom left corner is Marshawn Lynch, who used to be an amazing running back for the Seahawks. He played for the Bills. And Snow Dub, the guy with his hand up my ass over here, was actually close friends with his mom back when the Seahawks won the Super Bowl, and when Snow Dub made his famous Go Hawks song that went viral. But unfortunately, the Beast has been born and raised in California, Oakland, and maybe he's been a little bit indoctrinated. I don't know. We never did talk politics back in those days, but it just makes me sad to see him on this panel. Anyway, let's continue listening to Puke.
I looked up one day and I said, oh my God, I've been muting people for 40 minutes. So once I realized how it was eating into my own time, I said, the only thing to do is don't read the response. Yes. You just can't. You can't. And someone said to me, my daughter would say, Daddy, you shouldn't tweet politically so much because, people get so angry. And so I wrote a tweet that I said, the people complaining about my Trump tweets have to understand. I love my country and I feel it's my patriotic duty to oppose this sociopathic, I forget the other word, whatever it was, with every fiber of my being. And that's the way I've been. I thought, I do feel it's an obligation. And who cares about your career? People say, oh, well, it's hurting your career because you have to appeal to the whole country, not just half the country.
Well, you don't have a career anymore, Puke, except for the couple occasional cameos that Disney gives you for their wretched, horrid Star Wars shows that they do now. But let's continue.
Or 45% or whatever the MAGA crowd is. But I said, in the grander scheme of things, who cares if I lose a part in the movie because I hate the orange atrocity? I do, and I want people to know that. So
stop it. Get some help.
All right, thank you, Puke. Go ahead and use the force on yourself. Go force yourself. Oh my God! So you can see how bad his TDS is. It's basically like a cancer that has gone to every cell in his body at this point. He has segregated his fans of the old Star Wars films, so he's basically cut off half the people that grew up with him in his movies. He doesn't care. He doesn't care. In fact, he doesn't care so much that we have tangible proof that when he does go out and does autographs at different cons and stuff like Comic-Con, he charges the astronomical price of $500 for an autograph. Yeah, $500. That's unreal. I mean, we paid half of that for the legend John Carpenter, who's made some of the greatest movies ever made, including the greatest movie that was ever made, The Thing, but we didn't even pay that much for him. And Mark Hamill, you sorry sack of shit B-rated movie actor who hasn't had a hit film since the 80s? You want to come out here and try to put your prowess about, oh, you need to pay me $500 for an autograph? Go fuck yourself, man. Ain't nobody paying for that shit except morons. Anyway, it just makes me sad that someone who was a hero to so many boys growing up has turned into just a piece of shit and has let so many of us down that really looked up to him and enjoyed the character of Luke Skywalker. And to see how he has fallen from grace, has become a complete idiot and a moron. But the good news is you don't have to see him on Twitter anymore because he left. So if you're on X, Twitter, or whatever, you don't have to deal with his bullshit and his constant spewing of rhetoric and hate towards President Trump. It's ridiculous. It's disgusting. And Mark Hamill needs serious help because he has deep-seated issues, obviously, when he straight out says right there, he'll ruin his career in order to go after Trump. Pathetic. Absolutely pathetic. And that's why Puke, soy sucker, needs to tuck and roll. Wow. All right, next on the list. You guys might have heard about this last weekend, and I'm just now covering. I'm a little late on this one, but this blue-haired, purple-haired weirdo is an actual congressman in the United States House of Representatives. And oh my, what a character. And, she was having herself a little meltdown last weekend about TDS and stuff like that. And then somebody made this great compilation video of old Trumpster playing the violin in the background. I think you guys will get a kick out of this. Let's roll the clip.
All of a sudden, we have an outside influence who believes, I think he is president, and that's President Musk, who has not elected, has no authority, and trying to really upend what the services are to the American people.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm.
You gotta be fucking kidding.
Good God, Grandma. So she's the one that kind of started this whole President Musk bullshit that's been spreading around, these libtards. And she came right out in Congress and started calling him, the true president and blah, blah, blah. And he's going to run things and blah, blah, blah. I don't understand these fucking people. They seriously, well, first of all, just look at her hair. You're an 80-year-old woman that's made a mass amount of money for being in politics for the last 30 years. How the hell did you make so much money? 30 million on $100,000 a year? So let's see. If you did it for 30 years, making $100,000 each year, well, that would come out to, what would that be? Less than 3 million? Yet, and that's if you saved every penny. Yet you're worth 30 million. How does that work? Can we explain that? It's interesting how that works. Same thing happened for Obama and the Clintons. I mean, all these Democrat people just make all this money when they go into politics. Yet Trump was the very first president in history to give up his presidential income and basically work for free. Yeah, you fucks never mention that, do you? Oh boy. Anyway, this libtard is obviously off her fucking rocker. She's got serious issues, EDS, TDS. It's run rampant as a cancer through her entire body. Oh man. And then the colored wig just to top it off. I mean, how can you bring more attention to your craziness and your lunacy without, putting some neon colors in your hair at 75 fucking years old? Grow the fuck up, lady, you whack job. Wow. And people voted for this. People voted for this woman. That's the craziest part. Oh my God. I mean, how bad was the other candidate that went up against her? That's what I want to know. Jesus, what possessed people to sit there and go, oh yeah, purple head lunatic bitch. That's my vote. Mm-hmm. What the fuck? Crazy. Oh boy. Anyway, this bitch's term's almost up next year. Let's get her the fuck out. Vote her out. Vote her out. Vote her out. Time to clean the swamp. And baby, you're on the top of the pond, scum. Tuck and roll, bitch. All right, next on the chopping block, we got our old pal Joy Reid. Yes, the most racist person on TV. She absolutely hates white people, and of course she hates Trump. But of course she gets paid a handsome salary over at MSDNC or CNN or wherever the fuck she works. I don't care. One of them rhetoric news stations. But everything she spews out of her mouth is complete hate, garbage, racism, just a horrible piece of human trash. And, well, she's got more to spew on this one. So let's hear her out, I guess. Oh, God.
Gotta be honest and keep it real. This is not the pick that I expected that she would make. It did come down to the final three, as we understand it. And I thought she would go astronaut. Keeping it real. He, to me, would have been the safest, most conventionally safe pick. White, super white, like, mayonnaise sandwich on Wonder Bread, white. From a border state, he could have made a strong argument for her.
Moron. Fucking moron. Moron. Hey, moron. You fucking idiot.
All right, this is an older clip, but it still checks out. So I believe this is back when Kamala came out and announced who her vice president would be. And as you notice, she put some racist slang in there with the mayonnaise comment and white as white can be. As you can see, her racism is on full display. Every time she speaks, it's racist, anti-white hate. And like I said, she's like a premier spokesperson for MSDNC or whatever. Or is it CNN? I don't know. It doesn't matter. All I know is this is the most wretched, horrible person on TV these days. And they still keep her alive and pay her and keep her on TV. It's absolutely disgusting. And these are the type of people that cause rhetoric, that cause hate, division amongst the American citizens, and fills a bunch of people's heads full of bullshit about white supremes and the KKK and all that garbage that they continue to spew, which hasn't existed for years. And there's no crazy white people marching down the streets with their hands up in the air like the HITLER and swastikas and white hoods. And no, you don't see that shit. You don't see it anywhere. Nowhere in the United States have you seen that. If you have, please, email me the video. Prove me wrong. These fucking people act like that's what's going on. It's absolutely ridiculous. And it's catered to dumbasses that sit in their house. They're scared to go outside, probably still wearing a face diaper because of COVID after 5 years of it being gone. And listen to this bitch and listen to what she has to say. And if you sat in your house and never went outside and listened to this rhetoric, you would believe it too, I guess. Obviously, you'd have to be a complete moron first, but I can see how people are getting indoctrinated, and it's sad. It's pathetic, and people like this need to fucking go. In fact, I think she should be locked up for hate crime. Yeah, I do. But I don't know. We will see what happens here come next year, because I think people like this are slowly going to be exiled from the mainstream media source. Hopefully, because the ratings are tanking on all these shitty-ass news centers and stations that continue to push lies and rhetoric for the left. Yikes. Tuck and roll, you ugly ass bitch. Ugly on the inside and out. All right, you know we couldn't do a celebrity meltdown without our favorite celebrity. Yes, you know her, you love her, the Rosie. Oh, I missed the fat pig comments from Trump back in the day about this bitch. And as you can see, it still burns. It seethes inside of her. And so she gets on her TikTok flip-flops every other day and posts some of the strangest, weirdest rhetoric bullshit to ever spew out of a celeb mouth. And here we go. Now, I do apologize. I know she's not really a celebrity anymore. She's pretty much fucking irrelevant at this point. Hasn't done a hit movie in, 30 years? But the point is, these are the people that really have the worst issues. I don't know if it's because their career has tanked or they're just fucking lunatics. Maybe both. All right, Rosie, what kind of dipshittery are we going to hear from you today?
What can we say about Elon Musk? How did this happen? How is this allowed to happen? How is the richest man in the world allowed to buy the presidency?
Huh?
How? And where are the scholars, and where are the lawyers, and where are the poets and the political commentators who are gonna not normalize this insanity? It is absolutely insane.
Have you looked in the mirror?
Insane.
Go fuck yourself. Go fuck yourself.
Speaking of ugly and insane, have you checked the mirror lately? By chance. Anyway, that's besides the point. As you can see, Rosie is now suffering from EDS. Not just TDS, but EDS. That's right. Well, I guess that's maybe a symptom. After you have TDS, you slowly start morphing into EDS, and then it just, kind of takes over the brain. Oh, wow. And then poor Rosie here, it looks like she still hasn't quite got rid of that herpes that's been on her lip for the last couple months. Maybe stress-induced, a little herpes breakout. That's too bad. You probably shouldn't be, sucking dick of commie bastards. I don't know. I guess that's your prerogative, though, right? Oh, what a psychotic bitch. She's one of the first celebs. Her, Puke Skywalker, and a few others, they all need to get shackled up, straight jackets, and taken to padded rooms, because these people are absolutely off their fucking rocker. Oh my god. Well, thank you, Rosie, for more stupid bullshit that you continue to spew. We'll see you next week. Tuck and roll, bitch. All right, and our last celebrity meltdown of the day is the ever so disgustingly decrepit, weird-looking, retarded, insanity-driven, dipshittery, gender dysphoria having crazy ass stupid bitch Dylan Mulvaney. Yes. This bitch is still around, unfortunately. I think Budweiser finally dropped their sponsorship because they lost so much damn money trying to promote your stupid ass. If you don't know who this bitch is, she started out her influential career by deciding she was going to suddenly be a female. Yes, one day she just decided to pick up TikTok flip-flop, decorate her fucking room with a bunch of stuffed animals, and act like a 10-year-old little girl. Yes, and then she put a daily video up every day to document her transformation into this female. Yikes. Anyway. So she's been going around continuing to try and stay relevant, even though slowly but surely this bitch is fading into the distance of crazy cuckoo bitches of the past. But she's still at it. He's still at it. It's still at it. And we're going to take a little laugh at the latest TikTok flip-flop from good old Budweiser boy. Roll it.
I live for the gays. I live for the gays. I live for them. I live for the gays. The gays, the gays, the gays. The gays, the gays, the gays make me happy. I don't want to live for anyone else. Gay, gay, gay. Be gay. Yeah. Whoa.
Hey, moron! Dude, look at me! I'm the one with waterboard, dude!
What the fuck did I just watch? Is this real? Okay. So her latest TikTok flip-flop is just some abhorrent nursery rhyme about being gay or whatever. Are you sure you're gay? I mean, how do you know for sure when you can't even figure out which gender you are? I don't know, but this is just more catering to the left, trying to stay relevant. It's absolutely pathetic at this time. And as you can see, the manly body is on full display with the broad shoulders, the narrow hips, the jawline. You know, bitch, when you finally hit your 40s and 50s, this shit's gonna fall apart so fast. You're gonna finally understand why what we've known all along is you can't technically change your gender. You can't. You are stuck with the gender you were born with, and it becomes more relevant as the days go by. These fucking weirdos, they can pull it off in their youth, when they're younger. You know, it's a little easier to disguise. But when you get older, that shit starts coming through. No matter how many fucking pills you took, no matter how many injections you had, no matter how much genitalia you chopped off or added on, you are still the gender you were born with. And we're all laughing at you because you are a fucking retard. And why people like this are even relevant is beyond me. I think it's just because they're so goddamn batshit crazy. It's like a train wreck. You just can't look away. You know you don't want to look at it, but you just can't help it. You just can't help it. And this is definitely one hell of a train wreck that continues to roll over and over again, tuck and roll over and over again down the train tracks, on fire in a blazing, huge fireball of death, which is exactly where your career is heading. Oh, what a piece of shit. Go have a Budweiser and shut the fuck up, you stupid retard. Tuck and roll. And that's it for this week's Celebrity Meltdowns. Hope you guys had a few laughs. Hope you enjoyed the clips. I will try to find some more. We'll try to do one of these every week. We did one last week as well. If you want to check that one out, it's in the playlist or right here on my channel in the videos section. Celebrity Meltdowns, the first one. And yeah, we're going to just keep going on this trend because, well, I got a feeling we're going to see even more of these as the days tick down to January 20th when Trump becomes our president once again and we start making America great again. Hopefully we'll see a lot of these fucking losers pack their shit and move to a different country. Tuck and roll, motherfuckers. Don't let the door hit you where the dog should have bit you. All right, guys. Well, much love. Don't forget to hit that like button right there. And of course, hit the subscribe because I need all my patriots to help me out as we move this channel to the next level and make Muppets great again. All right, guys. I'll see you on the next one. Tuck and roll. Hey, Dylan. You took the tuck part of tuck and roll a little too seriously.